Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing? I really hope well. I hope you're doing good. Hope your family is okay, you know, because I know it's a lot of crazy things taking place in planet Earth today amongst the human family. It's drive off the chain, man. This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Again, Nubian King broadcasting from Israel, Northeast Africa, the Middle East. I'm shooting down Highway 232 today, headed toward Egypt. I got a delivery down there. Got to drop off some diesel fuel to a front end loader, big Caterpillar front end loader. And then I got a call this morning, 6:30, way up north. Wow, above north of Tel Aviv. They need some fuel up there for their front end loader. So I'm gonna be out here on the road, boogity, boogity, boogity. All right, so let's get it in. Today is July 26th. Damn. No, it ain't July 26th. I'm thinking about, I'm going to tell you my birthday, but I was born in July. But no, today is December 26th, 2021. All right, December 26th, 2021. The time is exactly 7:20 a.m. over here in Israel, Highway 232, headed south to Egypt. I'm going right at the border of Egypt again. All right, so, I was thinking I wanted to talk with you and say some things to help mentally navigate through all this bullshit that we're dealing with on planet Earth with these leaders and corporations and the decisions they making that end up enriching their pockets, getting them fatter, and, making the life of us people on planet Earth miserable. This is not the end. It's not going to be like that forever. All right? I know it's really, really, really screwed up right now. People have lost jobs that they've been told is not coming back. People are being demanded to do this or either stop working. And you got to think, man, what the hell are you saying? On one hand, you say this won't protect you. And so nobody asks the question, well, what does it do? Okay, if it don't do that, what does it do? And then why is it such an incredible push for me to do this when you say what you say you made it for don't even do that? What the hell do it do? And based on that, so many people been thrown into lives that's been, boom, just thrown upside down, topsy-turvy. No job, no income, and that's it. And I'm asking, well, okay, so if these people don't have an income, what the hell is happening with them? Oh, they add to the homeless out there in the street of LA and all across the world? Seriously? Damn. What can you say to a people whose lives has been ripped apart because of government leadership decisions? Callous, cold-hearted, don't give a damn. This is what we doing. To hell with you. I mean, like poof, all of a sudden, where the hell that come from? And the people ain't doing nothing. People ain't doing nothing. They not running around doing anything. The people are trying to work, pay their little bills, get something to eat, take care of their families, enjoy the little life that they got outside of the job and other things. And then here you come, the dumb leadership, with all this bullshit and messing these people's lives out who not even thinking about you. And they always talking about a threat. Well, what the hell is the threat? Ain't nobody doing shit. The leadership of this planet is the number one problem with everything that's on this planet. And corporation. The wrong people got all the damn money. Why I say that? Because those people don't give a flying flip about nobody. Did you hear what took place in Amazon? You're talking about people that was sick, they wouldn't let them take a break. They wouldn't let them go, and they dropped dead on the damn floor. And people kept working. Y'all had to stop and think about who the hell, what, you know what I say? I've said for a long time that there is a very intelligent intellect that's much more intelligent than human on this planet that now have increased their numbers to a point where they don't need humans. Okay, like it's another intellect that have infiltrated this planet and came on this planet and been here for a while and have been multiplying their numbers to where now we humans are a problem to them. They don't want us here. Because when you look at what's taking place, every damn thing that come out has a detrimental effect on humans, the planet itself. They talk about the 5G on one side. Oh, it's going to allow us to be able to transmit and do all this different work, incredible high-level work. But at the same time, the question is, what is the effect upon the creation? They talking about birds dropping out the sky, humans falling dead, all that controversy. Why? Then you talk about the food. Oh, it ain't enough food to feed the people. How the hell you know? I mean, how I know? How, the people that I know, how we know? We're always busy trying to get the money to pay for the house and to buy the food, and you jump up and say, man, the world running out of food. How you know? You know what they don't realize now? These evil leaders and these corporations, they have come to realize just how easy it is to lie and get over and manipulate the people, because the people is like, those little hamsters or gerbil on the treadmill we used to have in the high school experiment. They running, and then they running and turning the treadmill, and we had wires connected to a little motor, and the gerbil, he trying to get the food that's outside the treadmill. He running toward it, and while he running, the wheel's spinning, and that's turning the light on. So like we used to do those scientific experiments, but the gerbil was the source of everything. The little hamster, what they call him, gerbil, hamster, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. He was that little bitty, animal was the source of everything. Why? Because they tricked him into thinking that all he had to do was run over there and get the little piece of food and he'll be good. But they had him in a cage that just continuously spin and spin and spin, and when the cage turned, right, when the cage was spinning, it created electrical current that went over to the little motor that turned the bigger generator, and the light bulb came on. But the source was the little animal in the cage. So what has happened now, world leaders, it's like somebody hit a light bulb and they realized, damn, all we got to do is be together on our little bullshit plan and spring it on the people. The people so busy trying to run for their little lives and do something that they won't even notice this bull crap we doing until it's too late. And so now they all have come together to do what? Listen, this is what I believe. There is a non-human intellect on this planet that do not want us here. Like, okay, it's so many of them that they now have increased their numbers to a point where we have became, we're a problem with them. They don't want us here. They don't need us. These world leaders, I truly believe that they have joined forces with that intellect. Because when you look at creation inventions like the cell phone, one day we were sitting there dialing on a rotary dial phone, and all the wires in the ground was connected to a phone somewhere. And that's how you talk. You picked your phone up, you had a little electricity, made the signal, you dialed a number, and it went down the wire, went to a connector, and then the phone rang what you was trying to get to. And then the next day we had the push button. Doo, 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 doo. And I used to remember people's phone number by patterns. I didn't have to remember the number. Every person had a pattern because that push button dial pad, every single individual had a distinct pattern. And that's how I remembered their numbers. I remembered their pattern for these people. Okay? Because when you look at the 9-digit dial pad and you dial a number, each number is a unique number for that person that you dialing, right? It's their phone number. Do you know that that number has a pattern that's unique for that person when you dial it on the dial pad? Yeah, that's how I remember the number. And then the next day, boom, the iPhone. So we went from being connected to cables, running on the ground through the air or wherever, punching button on the dial pad, to holding a device in our hand, and now all it had to do was lightly touch the screen and all kind of magic was going to happen. You know, that jump in knowledge and ability was too great for me to just give the man walking around on this planet the ability to do that. Because you had to think, where the hell that idea come from? Okay, and so you had the idea. Just because you had the idea don't mean you know how to go do it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so if Steve Jobs had the idea, you know, it's just, all right, so how the hell you come up with the way to produce this device that all you had to do is just touch the little piece of glass and all this magic gonna happen? How the hell you figure that all out? You know, that shit is like some out of the world stuff. Then after that, everybody else came and got the iPhone and reverse engineered and figured out how they do it. And then it came with a whole bunch of other stuff based on the iPhone. My question is, how the hell the iPhone come on the planet? That's why I'm saying that we very well on this planet have already been invaded by another intellect from another reality that we don't know, don't understand, and they have connected with. Because, you know, if you look at it, if they that intellectual, I would just reason to say that they are intellectually organized and they have an order about the way they do things. And so on this planet, they came and they look and they studied and they see, okay, the leadership, that's the one that's over all the people. So they've been, you know, making agreements and relationship with the leadership, and they've been giving them certain things. And I believe that Steve Jobs, however, connected and they taught them how to do this. Because you got to consider all this stuff inside of the cell phone. That's like a Buck Rogers. That's like a Star Trek. That's like some out of the world, lost in space shit that you just, what? But, you know, because people are so fascinated about it, nobody really thought, hold up, how the hell you come up with that? And so that's where I'm saying, I'm sitting back looking at a portrait. Like most people looking at a picture. With a portrait, you can see more. And so it's a lot of things happen on this planet within the last 50 years that just like make me think, how the hell you come up with that idea? Okay. All right, okay, but say that. Don't worry about that. I'll give you credit for that. But how the hell you make that happen? Where did you figure out how to just do that? You know, because the cell phone ain't nowhere near like the damn landline. You pressing buttons and all that kind of stuff, and it's connected to a cable. The cell phone is connected wireless through the air. Cell towers and all that. So once you put the cell phone together, you mean to tell me you figured out the cell towers and the frequencies and all this shit, and you was able to do that and just stand on the stage and introduce the iPhone to the world, and you press the button and shit is working, and y'all was putting up these you see, it was too much technology that just jumped on the planet all of a sudden with that cell phone. And there was no mention before that they was in the background working on a brand new incredible idea that's going to revolutionize communication on planet Earth. You know how they do. When they working on something they feel is really outstanding, they're so excited about it, they want to tell the whole world. They never said nothing. Just one day you looked up, boom, here he is on the phone talking about what? What is the hell is an iPhone? This is it. This is it. So, no, I don't believe it's just them. And I believe that a lot of this stuff taking place and these leaders running around doing all this wacky stuff to people is based upon their agreement they done got with these intellects that's here, and they done got them a good deal, because world leaders always looking out for themselves. I mean, some people was telling me about when the president when Nelson Mandela made transition in South Africa. People was telling me that the reason why so many world leaders convene in South Africa at the same time is that they have some type of underground bunker or doomsday facilities that all of the world leaders went to South Africa to see. Now, you know what? Listen, hearing, something like that, you don't know if it's true or not. Okay, for somebody to say something like that, it could be true or it could not be true. But the bottom line, one thing you know for certain is you don't know. You don't know. That's what you know. You know you don't know. You don't know if it's true or not. That's what you know. That's what you certain of. You don't know if it's true or not. Okay? And this is what they said. They used Nelson Mandela's funeral as a cover-up as to why so many world leaders went to South Africa to his funeral. And then the word came that was world leaders that went to his funeral that hadn't went to other world leaders' funeral that had died. So why was it that all these people wind up going to Nelson Mandela? They said because they went to inspect and view their doomsday shelter that they done built somewhere in South Africa. You know, a lot of these things be going around, man. You know, you be hearing about all this stuff, and you have to shake your head. But look, the reason why a lot of these things get past so many people that they don't think about or consider is because of what these evil heathen has done to the human population thought process. With all these chemicals in the food that do not have to be there. See these big old fields of food here. These people that on this field, they grow potatoes, and it just be truckloads and truckloads and truckloads coming out of this one little field. And for some people, this is big, but then they have fields 100 times bigger than this. And this field, when they harvesting potatoes, man, it just be trucks after trucks after trucks after trucks, just potatoes. And then they say that the world is overpopulated, don't have enough food. How you know? You know, when you stop and think, and that's the point where I say about when they done messed up the people's ability to think with so many chemicals. One main chemical that they put in the food is a fluoride. You know, like say fluoride toothpaste. You remember when they was touting, advertising fluoride toothpaste, and they was saying how good toothpaste that has fluoride in it is good for you. Come to find out, the chemical fluoride, once it's induced into the system, it has a negative effect, a very terrible side effect. And the main side effects that fluoride has is the reduction of brain function. It causes your brain activity to decrease. They've seen it all on the chart. They done did the studies, the analysis, and it shows that chemical fluoride decreases brain activity. Okay, which means you brushing your teeth with this toothpaste that have fluoride in it. And remember, one of the fastest ways to ingest anything in the body is through the mouth. Once you put it in the mouth and the mouth break down the substance, it almost immediately goes into the bloodstream. So there it is. They put the fluoride in the toothpaste. You brushing your teeth for a minute, 2-3 minutes, and that stuff is steadily being absorbed into your mouth, through your gums, straight into your bloodstream, bam, going to your brain, and now you can't even remember what time it is, what day it is. You know, and so when these leaders and these evil demons do stuff to you, it don't register. It just don't register. Because if they tell you, okay, take this, but when you take it, it still ain't gonna do what we say it's supposed to do. But you got to take it anyway. All right. So I haven't heard anybody ask the question, okay, if it don't do that, then what the hell do it do? And then they say take it, but you still can get screwed up. All right. But then it's like, why take it? You see what I'm saying? Well, they that make it say, oh, you know, you still can get screwed up behind this. But you got to take it anyway. I don't see nobody standing up. Oh, well, what the hell are we taking it for? You know why? Because the people's brains are so sedated with that damn fluoride and all these other chemicals that they're eating. Not just fluoride. Fluoride is one main one, but it's a whole bunch of other stuff that's in the food, the chemical that slows down your ability to think. That somebody could come say, take this shit. And you say, why? It's going to do this. But you know, it really ain't going to do that. And then you say, okay, so why should I take it? Because I said so. Okay, but if you say it ain't going to do what you say it's going to do, why I need to take it? Because I said so. Or then the next question, they say, take this shit. And then, you know, they say, but it ain't going to, you know, ain't really going to protect you. And then I say, okay, so what does it do? If it don't protect me, what the hell do it do? You don't hear nobody ask them questions, because most of the people that's running out there like innocent lambs, brains ain't really working. And they know that. Because how the hell can you stand up and tell somebody, drink this water because you thirsty? And then they say, well, you know, this water ain't gonna quench your thirst. And then don't nobody ask, why the hell should I drink it? Because their brain is so sedated with all this damn chemicals and fluoride and poison, toxin, impurity that I could say, hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm all right. Damn, I said, hey, how you doing 3 minutes ago? Well, you know, because their brain is so slow, functioning so slow, they just got to a point of realizing that I said, hey, how you doing? And so now they can say, you thirsty? Oh, man, I'm so thirsty. Okay, drink this water. Oh, thank you. But you know, that water ain't gonna quench your thirst. And you still drinking it. And you ain't even stopped to say, okay, if it ain't gonna quench my thirst, why the hell should I drink it? And then the next question, nobody asking, if it's not going to quench my thirst, why am I drinking it? And then they're not asking, okay, so what does this do? Those simple questions like that will shoot holes in all of the bullshit that we see. If it's not going to quench my thirst, why am I drinking it? And then what the hell do it do? But because the masses have been sedated by this worldwide bullshit and all these poison, toxin, chemical, and then you have to consider that Hitler and Himmler, back in the day, Hitler sent Himmler around the world to try to find a way to control people. And you know, he may have, you know, Himmler went all over the earth, all around. Himmler was Hitler's right-hand man, right? Okay, so he went all over the world looking for ways to control people. And I mean, he went into the mysticism, astrology, spiritualism, everything. When he got into the African brothers and sisters and he saw that incredible power, spiritual power that the African brothers and sisters use, it turned them white in snow, and they backed up off of that. You know what I'm saying? The spiritual abilities of African people is so damn powerful, it scared the hell out of them. So they rolled up out of there. And they've been looking for ways to control the masses for a long time. And then they came up on it, dealing with this non-earth intellect. And I'm not going to say that one word, because if I use that one word, then everything changed about your perception, because you've been hypnotized and programmed to think one way about this one word if I say it to you, and I'm not going to say it. But I'm saying that there's an intellect here that's more superior than the human mind that's behind all this bullshit. And most of our world leaders, I believe, have bought into it and now working for them on their behalf, because every single thing that come out has a negative effect, a detrimental effect to the human population on the world and the planet and the substances we need. We need air, food, and water. And you see everything that they do has a detrimental effect on the air, a detrimental effect on the water, and a detrimental effect on the food. And then these bandits is sitting up like, what's that company that don't nobody know who, that's telling the African brothers and sisters they can't grow food to seed. What's that company? Dang, I'll think of it in a minute. But anyway, they down in Africa telling the people that you cannot grow your food to seed anymore. And so I watched this interview. This sister that's been farming in Africa, she said, she showed us her field. Like, she showed the reporter the field, the people that was reporting on it. This whole big, huge area, she said, all of that food we grow to seed. And for those that you know, but those that you don't know, just briefly, when you growing food, you let it grow, you don't harvest it, you just let it grow, you keep going, and then at a certain point, a stem will come up in the middle, it'll grow up high, and then it'll turn into a flower, and that flower will produce seeds. It's like giving you seeds. And so they'll collect those seeds, and they know how to preserve them for the next planting season. And so this other field is what they eat and sell. And she said they've been doing that. She said her mother taught her, and as a little child, she worked with her mother and grandmother. And as she grew, her mother told her mother, grandmother. And she said they've been doing this for generations. They've been doing this for generations. She said, I don't know how long we've been doing it, but this is what they do. She said, and my children, she said, I'm beginning to teach them, hand it down to them. Now all of a sudden this company, man, why I can't think of their name. They have told those African brothers and sisters that it's now illegal to do that. You cannot grow your food to seed. You have to come to them to get your seeds. And those seeds are genetically engineered, modified seeds that only make one yield. They won't grow into seed. They just grow you one crop and that's it. They'll die. And then the food is not natural. It's genetically altered. And so, Russia, all right, Vladimir Putin, Russia has instituted a 10-year moratorium against all GMO food. And check this out. They so serious that Russia went into Africa with two other countries, I think Japan and China. And they bought 1 million square acres of land in Africa, in rich, lush Africa, to grow food for their countries. It was Russia, I think it was Russia, China, and Japan. And listen to this, and I'm mad with Africans now. So I'm gonna say it, the dumbass Africans sold them that damn rich, fertile land for 1 penny an acre. They bought 1 million fucking acres of good, rich soil in Africa for $10,000. Yes, they did. The damn dumbass African that standing there thinking the Chinese came because Jesus, the God, sent it to them. That's what the Chinese said on the picture, on the documentary. He said, these brothers bent over there planting, and the Chinese standing up there laughing at them. He said, these niggas here he said the Tanzanian people are so incredibly Christianized. He said that they think that their God sent us here to save them. That's what the Tanzanian people, now the Tanzania done became China. Ain't no more Tanzania. Forget that. Every damn sign, billboard, and everything is written in Chinese. You can't speak Chinese, the hell with you. That's what done happened. And so now they down there telling Africans, you can't grow your food into seed. And that's natural organic food. Those seeds, she said, been around, she said, I don't know how many generations they go back. They just been working with the land, and it's been steady giving good, fresh, organic food. And now that this company done jumped in and say you can't do that no more. Yeah. Monsanto, that's it. I told you I was gonna think of it. Monsanto. Monsanto is in Africa dictating to the African what they can do about their food crop now. And you know, Africans, they ain't down there, they wasn't using chemicals, but they are now. Like, I lived in West Africa, and I saw the genetically modified bananas and certain foods jumping up. When I was down there, you see them. You had indigenous bananas, and then you had the genetically engineered bananas, big old, big, huge, yellow, beautiful looking bananas. And then you had the little small green finger bananas, but when you ate the difference, you could tell the difference. Those big old genetically engineered bananas didn't have no seeds in it. I'm standing here with a banana, green little bit of thing. The sister says, yeah, that's the banana. I'm like, what? So I peeled and ate it. It was the most incredible taste. And I looked at it, it had seeds. It had seeds. I'm standing there, shazam. When the last time I seen a banana with seeds in it? I'm in West Africa, Ghana. Same thing with the pineapple. You know, and see, these people have detrimentally affect this world. Every single damn thing they do, it has a negative impact on planet Earth. And you cannot tell me these are humans doing that. That's destroying the air, the land, the water, and the food. Those major elements that humans need to survive on. Poisoning the ground with fracking, looking for gas. And so you shoot this chemical down in the dirt and you put it under so much pressure, you break the rocks to release the gas, but the chemical leaks all into the water supply. Now the people over there, they can't even drink no water. The water's, it got so much gas in it. The guy took the match and lit the water on fire, coming out of his faucet. It's just a flame coming out of the faucet. Okay, and then they supposed to have so many, the fracking laws say they can't put a well within so many hundreds of feet of a residential property. Man, they put that well 20 feet from that guy's property. So the guy went to the city, the state, running around pillar to post, trying to get some government official to come out there and do something to the guys, the company drilling for the gas right next to his property within, you know, fell on deaf ears. Because the corporation, y'all have to read that United Nations statement about corporation. It is deep. It is deep. They tell you in the corporation that whatever the corporation want, that's more important than the social, you know, desires, position, anything. Whatever the corporation want. And so those people that have said that, you know, America is a corporation, ran by a corporation, that's the whole world now. The whole world is being controlled by the corporation and money and greed. And they care nothing about the people. All right, now, the solution ain't but one: worldwide unity of all mankind. That's the solution. I don't want to say all these things and then leave you with what you already know. Let me leave you with something that could help turn this around. It's got to be a worldwide unified movement of the masses of people, because there's more people on the planet than all the militaries combined. You can put all the military on all the countries combined, and then you turn around and you have billions of people more than the military. But if you have billions of people more than the military that's not organized, you can't get nothing done. But you got to have billions of people unified. And that's the way we'll be able to turn this thing around. Worldwide unification of the human family to stand against all this bullshit that we as a people on this planet experience. And it ain't got nothing to do with race, creed, or color. It's got everything to do with human in the process of surviving against an evil presence that we see its objective is to get rid of us. Either we're going to roll over and let them have it, or we're going to fight for our future generations. Other than that, you might well stick your head between your legs and kiss your ass goodbye. What's it going to be? This is Brother Nubian King, broadcast from Israel, North Africa. I done got down here to my delivery point. It's December 26th, 7:54 in the morning, 2021. I hope you heard something positive that you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe and like to my channel. It's going to help me out a lot. I love you with the perfect love. And don't worry, it ain't over with. You know, it look bad now, but this is not the end. It's the beginning of a new life that's coming, that's going to be better for everybody. It just cannot continue to be that 1% of the world population control 100% of the world wealth. And it ain't good for the people. 99% of the people suffering from the decision of 1% knucklehead. And all they looking out for themselves. It just cannot keep going that way. You understand? And they create terrible things to manage it. That's the way they operate. You know what I'm saying? Why you can't just do some good things and let that ride? No, you want to come and screw up stuff so you can manage it to make you a little change. That's an evil, evil thought process. And it don't have to be like this. You see, since I've been riding down here, you ain't seen nothing but land. But they say the world is overpopulated. Nubian King for you just because we love you. You understand? I love you from the basement of my heart to the attic of my mind. I love you 24/7. That means I love you all the time. Subscribe. Shalom.